Ooh. Hello. Today we are going to answer the question, who would win, Charizard or Enderdragon? Now first, we're going to talk about physical. So size and weight. So let's first look at Charizard's size. So Charizard stands at 1.7 meters. Interesting, because even when he Mega Evolves, he doesn't gain any height. And also he's 200 pounds. It's actually kind of comparable to like it's like a normal person size. All right, and then let's look at the Enderdragon stats. So 7 meters head to tail, and that's about 22 feet. So just a scale, 2-scale comparison. Charizard 1.7 meters. Okay, and then Enderdragon, what does it say here? Okay, about 3 meters tall. So this is kind of what it looks like. So like on a physical comparison, I think Enderdragon probably just has Charizard beat right off the bat. So maybe let's look at this in like Pokemon terms. All right, let's just start with this. What type would Enderdragon be? So I'd argue Enderdragon. It has dragon in the name. It's probably a dragon type. Okay, so what would it actually be? Like it could be Dragon Dark, it could be Dragon Flying, and maybe you think it's, for some reason, it's Dark and Flying. I'd argue it's not actually Dark type. It's more of a Flying type than a Dark type. Like for example, just because the Enderdragon is colored black, that doesn't actually mean it's dark. Let's take Zekrom for example. I mean, look at this dude. He's dark. He's not a dark type though. And let's just look at the description it gives us. The Enderdragon is a giant flying boss mob. It's a flying boss. So, you know, I'd argue Enderdragon, probably dragon flying. Dragon flying. Now you might say, okay, maybe it's like Hydreigon, Dragon Dark, but it levitates, you know? It could have a levitate ability. I'll explain later. It probably needs a different ability. There's another ability that probably makes more sense for the Enderdragon. And you'll see later. Alright, so Dragon Flying. Okay, is the Enderdragon a legendary? Because we want to figure out the base stats. We want to figure out the base stats for the Enderdragon, right? So, like, what base stats does the Enderdragon have? Now, I'd argue it's actually a legendary, the Enderdragon is. Just because it's like a boss mob. And if you look at a lot of legendaries, or even pseudo-legendaries, they tend to have a base stat total at least 600. 600 or higher. Rayquaza, 680. Dragonite, another pseudo, 600. But I think for now, we'll just put it in our mind that Enderdragon, base stat total 600. Yeah, so what are those stats? What would those stats be? I'd argue high HP. It has a lot of HP. 100 hearts. That's pretty high HP. So kind of like a Wailord type deal. The melee is 7.5, whereas the wings, the wing attacks, and the ranged attacks only deal like 3 or 4 hearts of damage. So I'd argue Enderdragon has like its attack stat is double its special attack. That's probably what I'd say. Yeah. So high HP, maybe its HP is like, let's say 150. That's a good HP. And then attack, gotta be at least 100, right? Let's say 110. 110 attack. That's a healthy attack stat. Okay, and then defenses. I'd say its defenses are kind of average. For now, I'm gonna put 70 each. Special attack is like half of its attack, so like 55. Special defense, I'd say the same. And then speed, it's not exactly fast. Maybe like average dragon speed. Interesting, you can actually see the dragon stat averages. So the Enderdragon would be like way above average HP for a dragon. Kind of close to average attack. Below average for special attack, and below average for defenses. So maybe since it's above average in HP and attack, and below in everything else, maybe Enderdragon has like 90 speed, I'd agree these are like the stats. Okay, so ability. I was reading up a little bit on the Enderdragon, and I noticed something. Enderdragon is immune to all status effects. I thought, wait a second, there's an ability that makes the Pokemon immune to all status effects. And actually, only one Pokemon has it. It's good as gold. Gives immunity to status moves. Enderdragon, it has good as gold. Is that OP? Maybe. It could be OP. Now, as far as moves, the moveset is, it's got Dragon's Breath, it's got Wing Attack, and does it have Draco Meteor? Maybe. It's not a special attacker. You could say it has Recover. I think it probably has like a strong flying type attack, right? What's like a decent flying attack? Okay, flying. Let's look at flying physical moves. And then we can just sort them by power. So Sky Attack. Ooh, maybe it has Dragon Ascent. That kind of makes sense. Let's say it has Dragon Ascent. It could have Dual Wing Beat, Wing Attack, Dragon moves. Okay, let's look at Dragon moves. Wow, there's not a lot of Dragon moves. It could probably have Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, Break and Swipe, Outrage maybe. I think Breaking Swipe makes a lot of sense because the Enderdragon can hit a bunch of dudes, a bunch of like Endermen all at once. Yeah, why not? Okay, now I'm gonna put. I think I'm gonna go to Showdown and see if I can like put these stats on a custom Pokemon. And I want to see just like if they're both at level 100, you know, how would they do against each other? All right, so we've got Charizard. Let's say we got Rayquaza blank set. Of course, I'm going to change these stats to what we said. Like 110 attack, defense 70, special attack was like 55, 70. What did I say the speed was? 90. Okay, what is this base stat total anyway? Wait. 150, 110, 70, 5, 70, 90. Oh, it's actually kind of low. Wait, okay. Maybe we have to give him more stats. Maybe it has more speed. Okay, I gotta give him at least 55. At least 55 more. Ooh. Okay. Wait, is that right? Okay, maybe it's faster than I think. He does kind of move. So maybe it's like 110 speed. Okay, I just added 20, so 565. I need to put another 35 somewhere. Maybe he has good special defense. I don't know. Maybe I just throw it in the special attack. Yeah, why not? Or I could do it like this. I think this makes more sense. Okay, let's just double check. Is this okay? Does this add up to 160 or 600? Plus 70 plus 80 plus 70 plus 110. Okay, there we go. This is our Enderdragon. Dragon flying. Okay, and let's say Charizard. What's a Charizard set anyway? ZU Belly Drum. Looking for a singles set. So ZU Sun Wall Breaker. Okay, this is like offensive. Weather Ball, Solar Beam, Focus Blast, Flamethrower. Okay, is there like a? Okay, so here's the problem. Charizard is going to use like fire type moves, grass, solar beam, and since Rayquaza is a dragon flying, since Enderdragon is dragon flying, solar beam is not going to be effective, and fire type moves are not going to be effective. So maybe there's like a set where Charizard uses like Hurricane. I don't know, like like flying type moves. Okay, what is this? Flying. Wall Breaker. Yeah, I mean, I think no matter what, Charizard is going to have a really hard time. Ooh, it could get Acrobatics. Okay. Belly Drum. I've never seen a Belly Drum set. Okay, I just checked, and Charizard does actually get Hurricane. Okay, what about Charizard Mega? Mega X. Okay, if it goes Mega X, it can actually use Dragon moves. And it could potentially do some damage to the Enderdragon. Now, if we're talking this, I think base Charizard kind of gets dominated. But either of the Mega Evolutions have a decent shot, it seems like. Okay, so... Okay, what are our Enderdragon moves? It's, we said Dragon Ascent, right? Dragon Ascent. That was our flying type move. What was our dragon move? Let's just say Outrage. Okay. So those are its 2 stabs. So Dragon Ascent and Outrage are going to 2-hit KO Charizard no matter what. Charizard, on the other hand, can never touch the Enderdragon. And I mean, I didn't even put like a special nature on this or anything. Like a defensive nature, or even any item. I mean, like, even if I belly drum, right? Belly drum. Okay, I'm at +6. Even after I belly drum, acrobatics does not 1-hit KO. So, actually, but I have no item. Okay, okay, actually, acrobatics would 1-hit KO it. Okay. Where's that citrus? Yeah, so belly drum, you're at max attack. It would 1-hit KO Enderdragon if it gets a belly drum off. But again, if you belly drum, you know, you're gonna die. So unfortunately, Charizard, it's not gonna happen. Okay, so let's look at the megas. So maybe the megas can do something about this. So Mega X, that's the physical. You have a Dragon Dance set. So yeah, we don't want to use the fire type moves. Obviously, we want to use the physical, or sorry, we want to use the dragon type moves. The Dragon Claw right off the bat, we're 1-hit KOing. And are we faster? We are not faster, unfortunately. Yeah, so base speed not high enough. But Dragon Claw is a guaranteed 1-hit KO, whereas Outrage is not. So, you know, what is this? What is the percentage on this? This like a this looks like close to a 50-50. And maybe it's a 60-40. Can I swap? How do I swap these two guys? Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. I don't think this is actually guaranteed. Okay, first of all, we can use Outrage, so let's use Outrage. Oh yeah. So Mega X Outrage, way stronger. Enderdragon, let's say it has max defense, so 252 HP, 252, and let's say a plus defense nature. Okay, max defense, Enderdragon lives this. 50% chance to KO. Okay, but if we do Enderdragon, if we look at this Outrage, and we say, okay, our Mega X, we can't outspeed it anyway. So what if we just took this out of speed and put it into defense? Now Outrage will never 1-hit KO us, whereas ours can, right? So, and you know what? Since the Enderdragon is trying to tank, it doesn't actually have that much speed. So, you know, even with just with a Jolly nature, we could, what can we do? Let's say Rayquaza is full tank. Or sorry, let's say Enderdragon is full tank. Max HP, max defense, defensive nature. Okay. And okay. So we got 236 speed, 256 speed. So what if we wanted to outspeed? Okay. So we need 20 stat points. So that means 80 here to match. And then another, I guess it would be 4. Yeah, another 4. Boom. We're outspeeding. 84. Okay, how much do we have left? We have 252 minus 84. That would be 170, 168. Is that right? Okay. So we're outspeeding already, and we want to tank a hit. So let's say we want to try and 1-hit KO. We want the best chance of 1-hit KOing. So I threw in the rest of the stat points into attack, and we can go for a offensive nature. Now, Outrage. high chance one hit KOing. And since we're outspeeding, it doesn't really matter actually. It doesn't really matter that we're tanking this as long as we tank one hit. Crit chance. So there you go. I mean, so if the Enderdragon has max defense, max physical defense, you can still one hit KO it with Mega Charizard X. And actually you can have a guaranteed win outside of crits. Yeah. Now the Enderdragon can outspeed, of course, but if it invests in speed, all you gotta do is take out your speed investment and invest in. So let's say it does this, right? Like the Enderdragon goes, okay, I want to outspeed this, whatever this is, right? So we can take 4 out here, throw in 8 here, and boom, Enderdragon outspeeding. Okay. Yeah, we still have Outrage. Still has decent chance of KOing, right? But the problem is, the Enderdragon can still use like an item. Let's say it's just use Citrus, just for now. Now we are not KOing. That is the problem. Yeah, we could. I don't know. I'd say I could go pretty deep into this, I guess. But I would say overall, Mega Charizard X has a decent chance. I'd say it's like 60-40 in Mega Charizard X's favor. I'm not gonna look at Mega Charizard Y. I think it's gonna. I think Mega Charizard Y is going to run into the same problems that base form Charizard has. Since it's gonna try to use fire moves against a dragon type, it's not gonna have a good time. So yeah, that's what I would say. So yeah.